What's up guys, Devil Dog Gamer here, and we are playing some Gray Zone Warfare with the new Winds of War update. Some of you might not know, I actually work on this game with Madfinger Games. No, I'm not a developer. No, I'm not a designer. I'm just the creator manager. I get creators to play the game, which I'm really good at because 90% of them are my friends. So, I'm not a designer, I'm not a coder, and nothing like that. I just do marketing because frankly, being a YouTuber and a Twitch streamer is basically understanding marketing. So it's kind of a cool little insight that one, I'm kind of involved with this game, even though I'm not actually making it, but we haven't done a video in a while on it. And I gotta say, a majority of people kind of agree, this update is dope. Everyone's coming back and playing it. They're really enjoying it. If you're one of the people that played the game the first week it came out, because it's just a little over a year since the game first came out, and this is the second major update to the game. If you're one of the people that played it the first week, now's the time to come back and try it, because there are so many changes. The big one, of course, is optimization is so much better. We have people with 1070s running that are below minimum spec for the game that are running it at 70 FPS, all on low. They have no business running it, but they can run it. Frames are more abundant. You should be able to run this game, no problem. Unless you have a problem with your PC. You're gonna figure it out really quick though, I promise you. I've learned that my 3090 is dying thanks to this game and DCS. The biggest additions to this update is the combat outpost. Now around the map, there are multiple combat outposts that factions will fight over control of. When you die, you'll have the option to spawn at the closest combat outpost that you hold. Not only that, you could go to the combat outpost, turn in items, sell items, buy items. So you really don't have to go back to the fob anymore. Not only that, but like quests. Instead of going back to the fob to turn in quests, you could turn them in and grab new quests anywhere on the map, which keeps you out in the world and exploring and getting quests done. Of course, if you have an item that you need to turn in, you need to return to either a cop or a fob to do it. But this keeps you out in the world exploring, and it makes the PvE so fucking cool. On top of that, there are new weapons like the MP7, the 300 Blackout MCX, and the SVD, new armor, lots of new items you can find in the world. There are key carded rooms. There are rooms you need to find the code for and enter the code, which the code changes in a certain amount of time, so you need to keep finding the code. There's combination locks. There's so many places to loot, so much loot to find, buried caches, new containers of loot, new world loot floating around the world, and of course the mortar system now too. You can have mortars, find mortars, buy mortars, and call in mortars anywhere on the map to help with attacks, defense, take out a pesky sniper. There's so much just cool stuff with this update. One of the coolest things though, and I gotta say this, and this is not me being biased any way, shape, or form, Gray Zone Warfare is probably one of the best graphically looking shooters on the market. It is gorgeous. The environment, the maps, everything is just absolutely amazing. And now with the new weather system, you'll get storms, you'll get wind, you'll get crazy rain, and it looks just beautiful. Every raindrop is actually modeled. So when you see it rain, you'll see it bounce off of roofs. You'll see it hit leaves and make them move in the world, or bushes in the world. Every time a raindrop hits a leaf, boom, it moves. Then you'll actually see it like flow down hills. You'll see the water land and flow down hills and pool at the bottom of it. So it'll find cracks down rocks and flow down it. And, you know, make its way down to somewhere where it'll pool. It's probably one of the best weather systems I've ever seen in a video game. It's insane, and every time I saw it in testing, I was blown away. Now that it's here, it's absolutely amazing. Just like standing under a roof and hearing it, the difference of sound, and then watching it flow off the roof and puddle farther, like, you know, hit harder because more of it's coming off the roof right on the edge, is a crazy, crazy detail. They really cooked with Winds of War, and I gotta say, knowing what I know, the next update is gonna be crazy as hell too later this year. Gray Zone Warfare has a lot of really unique mechanics to it. It's not an extraction shooter. I like to describe it, this isn't Madfinger Game Stance. I like to describe it as an expedition shooter because you're out exploring. You're out in the world and you kind of stay out there. Now I feel like it's kind of an expedition shooter And, you know, a lot of people ask me to describe what it's like, the game's like. It's not like Tarkov. Tarkov's just like a round-based shooter, and you're kind of limited what you could do with that. What I feel like Gray Zone Warfare is a mix of DayZ and Ghost Recon. If you had like an open world, PvP, survival-esque, Ghost Recon, this is what you would get. It feels so much like that. You also now, with this, get out of the starter town a lot faster. When you go to new POIs, you'll get quest for them. This is one of the things that I've seen a lot of, personally watching a lot of people stream and make videos, a lot of guys get bogged down in the starter town and just never get to see the rest of the game, which once you get out there, it's completely different. Once you get through the starter town's kind of like you're learning how to do quests, how to kill the enemies, etc. Once you get out, the game is completely different because, you know, it is punishing to learn. The ballistic system is advanced. Like, there actually are cavities, temporary cavities caused by the bullets. Bullets ricochet, they bounce, they tumble in the body. The bodies have fully modeled organs, so if you don't make a fatal shot, they're gonna kind of live and be injured. So it really pushes on shot placement, which a lot of people in shooters aren't really used to, because you would just do damage and they die, or you just keep shooting the same spot and they would die. It's not like that. You have to make a vital shot, or they're gonna either bleed out later or they're gonna be injured and still kind of fight back. So shot placement's a thing. And since shot placement's a thing, the MOA of a weapon actually matters. If you're running around with a 5 MOA weapon trying to deck somebody at 300 meters away, you're gonna have a bad time. You're gonna have a bad time, guy. So the ballistic system and the damage system is so advanced that it gets to be punishing in the starter town. But when you get out into the world and you finally get it and it clicks, the game is so amazing. Not only that, it really promotes exploring and looking around. While most games have high value loot areas somewhere on the map, 1 or 2, almost every single place on the map has some point that has high value loot spawning, containers that contain good loot, somewhere on the map. But you have to find them. They're not listed. You have to look for them. Each village will have something good for you to grab, so you don't have to fight over the same areas over and over again to get good loot. I mean, there are those areas, but if you're just looking for loot, you'll find it. So it promotes exploring, because it's not hand-holding. The questing, they'll give you a description, you need to read it, you need to discern where they want you to go, you need to do it, which promotes the exploring. It gets you out there to get into the jungles, explore some of these buildings. There's tons of new points of interest to explore on the map. It's a lot less empty and more full of things for you to do. But even though I've been testing this update for like 6 months now that it's out in the wild, it feels completely different from when I've been testing it. Because when you're testing it, you're playing the game, but not really. And now that you're actually playing it, it has sucked me in. I've dumped crazy amounts of hours on Twitch playing this. By the way, if you don't know, I stream every day on Twitch, Monday through Friday. I'm always there every afternoon. You can find the schedule. That's like my main place. YouTube's kind of just my fun place now. Twitch is my main place, YouTube my fun place. But I've really gotten sucked in. So you're going to see a lot more videos from Gray Zone Warfare popping up on this channel here. But I want to know, what do you guys think of Gray Zone Warfare? If you played it from the first week, if you played Winds of War, what do you think about Winds of War? Are you excited in the direction it's going? Are you excited that all these updates are kind of pushing it to a different direction? I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. Talk to you guys later. Peace.